It's coffee time!
Welcome to my summer vlog. This summer is finally the time where I will be reading the Kill River books. There's a total of 3 books and I've been meaning to read them for a couple years now, and I decided this summer is the time. I'm gonna be reading them on my Kindle. I'm really excited. All I know is that these are horror slashers and that they take place during summer, at least the first one. The first one follows a group of kids that are at a summer camp, and one day they basically end up discovering an abandoned, I think it's like a water park, and they are a little bit confused because the water park is empty, is summer, so it should be full of people, and they decide to just go into the water park and have fun, and then they're being picked one by one by a killer, something or someone that is killing them. I don't know what happens in book 2 and 3 because I don't want any spoilers, so that is all I know. But it's books that I've heard many people talking about and enjoying, so it is time for me to discover them. So welcome to the summer vlog, and let's see what these books are all about. Hello my people, welcome to the start of this vlog. Finally we have some sun in the Netherlands, but the weather is still kind of like half summer, half fall. It's very weird, but at least it's not super duper cold anymore. It is officially the 1st of July, so we have just entered the month of July, and I wanted to start this vlog right away because I have been really excited to check out these books. These are books that I have had on my radar, on my wish list for a while, so I finally got them for my Kindle, and I'm going to be reading the 3 of them during this summer vlog and letting you guys know what I think of the books. And I'm gonna try to be as kind of vague as possible, especially with book 2 and book 3, and not mention any like plot twist. I'm not going to talk about the endings. I might tell you if I liked it or not, but I'm going to keep this spoiler free for those of you who still have not checked out the Kill River series. I do have a coffee ready. It's a double coffee. I'm gonna need a lot of it, and it's also hot. I do drink hot coffee during summer. I don't care if it's hot, I still need my hot coffee. It just doesn't taste the same. Sometimes if I'm outside, out of the house in the city, and it's hot, I might fancy a cold brew, but for the majority of the days in the morning when I'm home, it's always a hot coffee. Even if it's burning hot summer, I still need my coffee hot. I've also got a couple of new things for my Kindle. I got like a plastic cover, like a see-through one, and I got this pop socket, which I thought was really cool. And now that I have this pop socket, I can just like pull it like that, and I can just hold it with one hand, which is going to be very convenient, especially when you guys know my cats sit on top of me all the time. I think this is going to be very convenient without me fearing that I'm gonna let it drop or anything. So I think this is going to be perfect for me, and I really like this pop socket. So that's for my pimp your Kindle moment for today. And now we're going to start reading the Kill River series. I almost can't believe that I'm already going to start them after having them on my radar every summer. I was like, this summer I'm going to read them. And the summer would go by, and then I'll be like, okay, next summer I'm going to read it. And then the same would happen again. So I'm thrilled that it's finally actually happening, you guys. Premiere is actually happening, you guys. The covers are also really cool. So let me show you the first cover, and we are going to go right into it. And I'll let you guys know my first thoughts as soon as I have read a little bit. Alright, so we are in the 80s and we follow Cindy. She's 13 and a half and her parents are annoying her because they keep telling her that she needs to socialize more, she needs more friends. And I can totally relate to that because when I was young, I didn't really have many friends. It was hard for me to socialize. I always felt very different from everybody else. I didn't want to do the same things that other girls wanted to do. So it was really hard for me to find friends. And it's a lot of pressure if your parents keep telling you to find friends, because at the end of the day, to be honest, few friends or, you know, just like your bestie is enough. You don't need like to be friends with everybody at school. That's just my opinion, especially now as an adult. I do see it like that. You know, it's more valuable to have one or two good friends than pretend to be friends with everybody and socialize, but secretly you don't really like them and you don't really like connect with them. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents there. But basically, because they want Cindy to socialize and they are a little bit desperate, they decide to send her to a summer camp, and the camp is called Camp Kikawa. So Cindy is sent to this camp to socialize, but I'm afraid she's gonna end up somewhere much worse. So our friend Cindy is not happy that she has to go to this camp. She enters the bus to take her to the camp. She's gonna be there for over a month, so she's very pissed about it. And when she enters the bus, she's even more pissed because everybody in the bus seems much younger than she is, and she fears that it's going to be the worst summer of her life. But then she meets Stacy. She seems like the typical popular girl that she would never be friends with, and apparently her parents are dentists and they send her every year to this summer camp. And then there's also Zach and Brad, which are basically bros from the 80s and always pranking, you know, the typical teenage boys. And they seem to have been in this camp before as well. This year, the counselor that they get for Stacy and for Cindy is sadly Morgan, who is one of the counselors that respects the rules, never let them have any fun, so they're quite bummed about that. But Stacy and Cindy are starting to be friends because they are the oldest girls in the camp, and so they decide that they have to stick together. And Cindy is starting to talk a little bit more and come out a little bit of her shell, because normally she just relies on her music and her headphones in order not to talk to people, which I can also relate. That was me being a teenager as well, not gonna lie. Kind of do it as an adult as well, also not gonna lie. I also still do that. When I'm places in the city or taking the train, I'm always reading or with my headphones on, so not very approachable. So I guess I'm a little bit like Cindy in that way. So I have made it to 15% into the book, and that is all that I can read for now because I need to get back to work. But what I can tell you is that is a really good like pacing. It really flows really well and I am flying through it and having a lot of fun. My Kindle says I have around 4 hours left, so it is a quick read, and I'm really having fun with it. I think I love the descriptions of the camp. Like the moment they get to the summer camp, it just, I feel like I'm there, you know. I get those summer vibes from the camp, and they have spent now like a week doing activities and commenting on how things are going in the camp. So it is like a slow introduction to the camp and the things that they do, the swimming and other games. And I know that at some point shit's gonna hit the fan. And I also don't know if the 4 main characters are gonna survive or not. We have Cindy, Stacy, Zach, and Brad. So we have 2 boys and 2 girls that are the oldest ones that are kind of like a group staying together. Especially Stacy has become at this point kind of really good friends with Cindy, and she really likes her and protects her. So I also like to see their friendship. And yeah, I know at some point things are gonna be rough for our main characters because it is a slasher at the end of the day. So I don't know who's gonna be the first one to bite the dust, but I am gonna keep this vlog spoiler free as I promised you. But so far it's a lot of fun and definitely a book that I would recommend people to pick up for summer because you definitely get those summer vibes. And also the camp setting is really well done. But sadly, I do have to go to work. I have to go to my office. So I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new update. Good morning, guys. It's been a couple of days since we last spoke and a lot of things have happened. So I'm a little bit under the weather. I mean, not exactly. I don't think I have a cold. I think it's just the aftermath of Taylor Swift. So I managed to get tickets for Taylor Swift for Saturday night, and I queued since 10 a.m. in the morning approximately to 4:30 p.m. when they opened the doors. Then Paramore started playing at 6:15 p.m. and Taylor hit the stage around 7:20 p.m. and everything went almost until 11 o'clock at night. So it was a very long day. And I had to survive 3 rain showers outside, on the line, on the queue. Plus, of course, I sang my heart out and I didn't drink much that day because I wanted to avoid so many toilet breaks. So I'm a little bit under the weather at the moment. I think it's just, I need to recover physically, emotionally. I need to wait for my soul to return to my body because it left that day. It is a Tuesday. So as you can see, I'm still dead.
I'm sorry, the old Taylor can't come to the phone right now. Why? Oh, because she's dead.
And I am finally going to be able today to read a little bit more of Kill River because I had to put that on hold because I've been really busy with work and stuff, but I'm ready today to keep reading that book and I'm really excited. But before I do that, I need to go and quickly record a video, and then I think I'm going to come here to the living room and make use of the natural light that I have today to read, and also a change of scenery instead of sitting on my book room that you're tired of seeing at this point. So I thought I would sit here and relax with my coffee and keep reading Kill River. I finished filming the video that I had to film today, so I thought I would show you a couple of new things. The first thing is I got a new phone. I got the Samsung S24 Ultra and I'm really happy with it so far. And I have now this phone cover that I use for Taylor Swift's concert because I thought it was very Midnight's covered. Karma is a cat, Lavender Haze, you know, it was very Taylor coded, so I'm really happy with these. And I thought I would show you the Taylor Swift merch that I got. I actually went one day before the concert. She was playing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and they started selling the merch on Wednesday. So I went Friday, the day before my concert, because I thought I can buy the merch, bring it home, and then for the concert I don't have to be carrying it around, which was very smart also because I wanted to buy the bottle, and if you buy the bottle you're not allowed to take it into the venue with you, so what do you do if you want the bottle? So obviously I got the bottle, which is what I wanted because this is gonna be perfect for me to fill it up and bring it up to my office, so I always have water available, especially during summer, because I like to drink a lot. And this is the updated version with the Tortured Poets department, which is great because now I have all albums here. And then I got way too much shit, not gonna lie, but I was like, I'm here anyway. Now this was not cheap and I'm not proud of it, but I really wanted it and it was like a one-time thing. And if you try to buy it secondhand online, people obviously ask a little bit more money for it. So I was like, why not? If I regret it later and I want to buy it online, I'm gonna end up spending more. So in my brain, doing my book girl math, I was winning. So I got all of these things. I got the blue crew neck sweater, and here's the back. I got this in an S because the sizes are huge. So even though it's an S, it's still going to be quite big for me and I like oversized. Then I got the gray zipper hoodie, which has Taylor Swift on one side, the Eras Tour on the other, and on the back you have again all the different eras, including Tortured Poets department. I also got this one on an S because it's also quite big. Then I got the long sleeve because I love long sleeves so much. They're just so comfy. So it is in navy blue and it has Taylor on the front, and here on the side it says Taylor Swift the Eras Tour And I got this one also in an S because it's also quite big. And the last thing that I got is a t-shirt in black, and it also has the Tortured Poets Department. It's the updated version. Here on the sleeve it says Taylor Swift Eras Tour, and on the back it has also all the dates, which I think it's really cool so you can remember. And I got this one on an M because the t-shirts were a little bit more regular size, and I do like my t-shirts to be a little bit kind of like baggy. I don't like them when they are too tight, so I decided to go for an M so I can wear it comfortably. And that is all I got, you guys. I got a lot of things, but I'm really happy that I did. And now let's go to read. We have a new box, so of course the cats need to check it out. Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday and I'm officially sick. Great. But you know, it's still worth it. It's still worth it to go see Taylor Swift. I kind of knew standing in line that I was gonna get sick because it kept raining down on us, and I did wear a poncho, like a rain poncho. So my clothes didn't really get wet, but I was sitting on the floor and my butt got all wet. My pants got wet. I was wearing a dress, but I was wearing like pants underneath because I knew I was gonna be sitting all day, so I didn't want to flash people. And I didn't want to stand because I knew at the end of the day my feet were going to be absolutely RIP deceased, which they were. So I wanted to be sitting for as long as possible. And I walked out of the stadium as if my feet would have went for like 40,000 kilometers. Like, it was wild. My neck was also hurting because I was like staring at the stage like this and Taylor is tall and I was like, ugh. But I had a really good view. I had a great time, met great people. So all in all, I'll take the cold. I'll take it. So yeah, because my pants got wet and everything when I was sitting down, I kind of assumed I might probably get sick. So great. And last night we went to see The Amazing Spider-Man 2 because they have been replaying the old Spider-Man movies in the cinema, and we have done like a little marathon watching them all on the big screen again. And there was this guy like sitting, I was sitting like in the middle of the room in the middle seat. And there was this guy at the far left of me. Bruh, he kept burping like there was no tomorrow. And I didn't know if I should like laugh or cry about it. It was wild. I was like, sir, you're not alone in the room. And then we had a bug in the room. I don't know if it was like a big fly or whatever it was, and it kept going to, you know, where the film is being projected, and you could see it like crawling on the screen. It kind of fit the energy because, you know, I was not feeling so well last night, and then everything was just chaotic around me. So this morning I woke up and I realized, okay, I'm definitely very sick. I'm really sick, so I'm gonna try to not work too much today. I'm a freelancer, so sometimes I can kind of push things back a little bit. So I'm gonna try to take it easy today. I do have, sadly, to leave the house, which I wanted to avoid, but I have to go to ship 2 packages and pick up 1. So I do have to go to the post office. And I think I'm gonna try to buy myself some tomato soup, because tomato soup is something that I really enjoy when I'm sick, or pumpkin soup, whatever they have. So I'm gonna try to get that, and I'm gonna try to relax a bit today, so I thought I would keep reading Kill River and update you about it. I'm going to accept my fate, you guys. I'm back from groceries and I did manage to get tomato soup, so I'll be having that later. But right now I have been working a little bit and I am too tired to work. My head is about to explode. So I have decided to build a fort in the couch and just accept the fact that I am sick and I might need today to recover. So I have worked as much as I could in the morning, and I think it's time to stop working for today because my brain is completely fried. I am unable to function. So I have everything I should need for now. I have medicine, which hopefully will help a little bit. I have black tea because when I'm really sick and I cannot really taste things, I don't enjoy coffee. It's one of the downsides of being sick, as if you don't have enough. I don't enjoy coffee when I'm sick. So I made some black tea. I have water because hydration is important when you're sick. And I have some throat pills. It's not killing me right now, but I really enjoy these pills anyway, so I might pop 1 or 2 today. And then I have my Kindle so we can keep reading, my phone, blanket. So let's just, you know, make the best out of the day. Right, Morby? Yeah. Come here. Oh. We're just gonna chill here. We're just gonna cuddle, right? Can I get a kiss? No? Wow, so rude. You know mommy's sick. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm just gonna chill for a bit and read, but I might just fall asleep because I am so tired. I did read a little bit more yesterday, and things are gonna start to get interesting because now our main characters, our group of 4, have decided that they have enough of this camp and they don't want to stay there. They hate it. They're not children anymore, and so they want to escape basically, and they come up with a plan to escape the camp together, but things don't go as expected and they end up lost in the woods, and they are trying to follow the river so that they can get to a main street, but they are lost. So I think they are about to discover this water park, and I guess as soon as they enter there and they think, you know, they're gonna have the time of their lives, somebody else is gonna enjoy and have the time of their lives killing them. So I'm really interested because we also only have 4 kids, so I don't know, you know, if the kills are gonna go like right after each other, if anybody's gonna survive, so we shall see. But for now I'm just gonna take my medication and try to read a little bit and maybe even nap, not gonna lie. Bottoms up. Ooh, no. You better work, bitch. Because you're vile. Okay.
I love it.
Good morning, guys. It's Thursday. I'm alive. And yesterday was rough. I did manage to read up until 50% from Kill River, and then I took a nap. And then when I woke up from my fever dream, I played a little bit of a video game because I was just so done with the world. I couldn't really focus on my book. So I played a little bit of Life is Strange, which I'm currently playing, and I am almost finished with the game, so I will start the second game soon. I'm gonna play all the Life is Strange games in a row because I have been meaning to play them for a very long time. So I played a little bit of that, had dinner, and I just went to bed because I was dead. And I actually didn't have such a bad night's sleep, so I'm hoping that it's going just to get better from here. And today I am planning to work because I have, of course, a lot of delayed stuff that I had to put off yesterday. But I'm also hoping to finish Kill River because I have 2 hours and something left in the ebook. So I'm hoping to finish Kill River 1 today so I can give you my thoughts on it. So far, it was kind of a slow build up until now, and now they have found this water park and things are starting to happen. And I think it's a great horror read so far for people that are looking for a horror book that takes place in the summer, and you get all the vibes and all the cool things of a summer camp, but also now we have an abandoned like water park, even though the attractions in the water park are functioning. And so, you know, you wonder why are the attractions open and why there is nobody in this water park. It's really weird, especially high tourist season, you know, so why there is nobody in that water park, that it's in the middle of the woods. So that's what we have to discover, and I think it's a lot of fun so far, and it is a quick read, so I'm hoping to finish it today, and then tomorrow I will be able to start with book 2. But for now, you guys, I'm gonna go work and read, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Good morning, guys. It is Friday. This week is going by so quickly, but even though I'm still sick, I have good news for you. I finished Kill River 1, and I have to say, it's a very solid summer slasher. At the beginning, we are having the joy of just following teens in a summer camp, and originally I thought the teenagers were going to be like 16, 17, but they're actually 13, 14 years old, and it makes you care and try to protect them a lot more because they are just so young that you don't want anything bad to happen to them. So I think the fact that they were younger made it like for the reader so that they would care a lot more about their lives. So it adds up to the tension, and when a kill would come, then you would feel really bad about it. I don't know why, but there seems to be a difference in my brain between somebody that is 13 and their life is at danger and somebody that's like 17. I don't know. They're still both teenagers, but I felt like I cared more because I felt they were way too young to perish in this one. And you know, it turns from like teenagers just being teenagers into a story of survival. The moment that they get to that water park, it turns into a survival story. At the beginning, you think it's survival because they are lost, they don't know how to get back home, how to get to the main road. They seem to be just lost in the middle of the woods and now trapped in this park. But then when the killer comes around, and it is a masked killer, so it is reminiscent to, you know, killers like Jason Voorhees and stuff, then you know that a lot of them, if not all of them, might not make it out alive. So it turns into this survival slasher story, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm really excited to see what the author is gonna do with part 2. I'm really excited to see what's going to be the setting, because I don't know anything about book 2 and 3. I knew that the first book was going to take place at a water park, but I don't know anything about book 2 and 3, so I'm really excited to jump to those. But for now, I have to record a couple of videos, edit a video, work, a lot of stuff, and hopefully I will get to start Kill River 2 today. You guys, I thought I would show you the bathroom so you can see how it looks like. It's just basically empty, but let me show you. At least the tiles are already in. It's very dark, hope you can see. a little bit, so it's just empty. But at least the tiles are on the wall, which is a win. And that's how it looks for now. So we are ready to start putting, first of all, the shower that's gonna go over there. There's gonna be a bathtub over here, toilet, and the sink is gonna be here. So sink, shower, bathtub, toilet. You guys, honestly, what a day. It's Friday, but I've been so busy. And let's also remember the fact that is July, like almost mid-July, and I have a cold and I have to wear this while at home. Like, what is life right now? Anyway, I can finally sit down a little bit and start Kill River 2. So that I can jumpstart already my weekend on Friday night and see what happens in book 2, because I have no clue. Talk about Kill River 2. So I'm currently 47% into the book, and there's certain things I cannot talk to you about because I feel like it might spoil a little bit the first book. But what I can tell you is we still follow teens. They are around 14 and a half years old. So they're still quite young, and there's a couple that are a little bit older. And at the beginning, you're following them as they're preparing for prom, as they're having, you know, their first boyfriends. There's a little bit of girl jealousy here and there. So there's a little bit of teen drama at the very beginning. But the author already starts to infuse some horror images, some creepy moments, some unsettling bits, so that you don't have to wait so much. And basically the water park that we got introduced to in book 1, apparently it's something that it was kind of under construction. So by the time we get to book 2, the park is ready to be open. So it's been around, I think, a year or a year and a half since the last book. And so they have finished the park and now it's ready to receive visitors. So some of the characters that we follow are gonna work there as lifeguards, and others are just gonna go and visit the park. But we all know the park has a dark history. We all know there was a killer on the loose inside of that same park. So is it safe now? Is the killer gonna come back? We don't know. But we know that something is gonna happen in that park. And I thought this was gonna take place at a complete different scenario. I think it was gonna take place at another pool or at a beach or like something related to water. But I thought it was gonna be somewhere different, but it's actually the same water park that is actually now complete, ready to open. Everything is clean. A lot of the things that were there in the first book have been changed, and you get introduced to the different rides and what they do, and you see all the kids having fun in the water park. And it is bringing me memories from my childhood, because in Spain we do have obviously water parks, and I used to go with my family to a water park almost every single year. And even when we were adults, we would still go with my younger cousins. And I kind of miss it. We haven't been there in years now. So I think I should return at some point. When you're an adult, you still can have so much fun at water parks, and I've always enjoyed it, and I wonder if now I'm not going to enjoy it anymore after reading these books. I'm going to be paranoid now that somebody in a mask is going to come and murder people. But jokes aside, it's kind of bringing me back to that, you know, summer in Spain in the water parks. And it's great because currently we still have really shitty weather. It's supposed to get better this weekend, so it's supposed to get really hot, which I'm glad about because I kind of miss it. And it's, at least the book is giving me summer vibes and I feel much like summer, and it's a great summer read because it's definitely gonna put you in that mood of summer and pools and water parks and hanging out with friends, you know, in pools or places of water. It can even be the sea, but it's a lot of fun so far. I'm 47% into the second book, and I think the fun for me, the slashing part, is going to begin shortly, and I'm excited to see what kind of threat we have, if it's gonna be the same thing. I'm excited to see who's going to perish. There's definitely a character called Jennifer that I don't really like, so I wouldn't mind to see her go. But yeah, apart from that, I'm having fun with the book. It is very fast-paced, very entertaining. So, you know, so far I still do recommend this trilogy for people that are looking for a fun slasher with a lot of summer vibes. But now I'm gonna go make lunch, and I am going to also try to organize a little bit this book room, because after I did the last book haul and everything, there's still books everywhere and it's annoying me every time I come here to read. So I think I have to rearrange the books again. I might unhaul a couple of books, and I also need to dust the shelves because every weekend we work on the bathroom, and a lot of times there's a lot of dust that comes into this room because this room is exactly opposite to the bathroom. So there's a lot of dust everywhere. So I think I'm gonna do that next before I sit down to read a little bit more. And I just found out the other day why nobody told me that there is a new app for audiobooks. At least it's new to me, and I actually really like this one. It's called BookBeat, and I have used Amazon audiobooks before, Audible, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I felt like I still had to pay for everything. It was annoying. I didn't enjoy it personally. And I was looking for a service where I could get a lot of English books. I was also looking for somewhere where I could find at least some new releases and not just classics. And so I found out that BookBeat has an amazing catalog for what I'm looking for. I have currently 47 books on my wish list of books that I want to hear. I have the standard subscription, which is I think 40 hours a month, which should be enough for me because I combine audiobooks then with the physical ones in my ebooks. And also I got 2 months off for free because they have an offer now that you get 60 days for free. So I'm not going to be charged yet. So I have time to really try it out. But they have many new releases that I want to try in English. Let me see which ones they have that I would like to try. Some books I've been meaning to read for a while, like they have Woman Eating, My Dark Vanessa. What else do they have? They have Rouge by Mona Watt that I wanted to try. They have Bright Young Women, which is a release. I think this is a 2023 release, and I really want to read this one because it's inspired by true crime. They have Private Rights, which is a brand new release. And what else? I don't know. They have many cool things that I want to read. Even some that are not horror, but I still want to try, like Before the Coffee Gets Cold. And they have The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I've never read, and I thought, perfect, I can listen to the audiobook. They have Babel. They have something that I wanted to listen to, which is a memoir, so it's non-fiction, called Sociopath. They have Yellowface, which I wanted to read as well. So they have many cool things that I want to listen to. And I'm currently listening to Britney Spears' The Woman in Me. I've been meaning to read this book, but I didn't want a physical copy because I knew I was probably gonna read it just once and that was gonna be it. So I wanted to get either the ebook or the audiobook. So it's perfect. It's been the first one that I have started in the app and I'm really enjoying it. I did grow up with Britney Spears when Baby One More Time came out. I was young and I was obsessed with that song and with the video, and I kind of have followed her a little bit throughout the years, but my taste in music changed. However, I always had like a soft spot for her, and seeing everything that she had to go through was really like heart-wrenching for me. And I'm glad that she's out of this conservatorship, whatever thing she was in. And I followed the trial and everything, and I just wanted to listen to the memoir and listen in her own words everything that happened to her. And yeah, it's intense at times. I'm only like 25% in. And sometimes I feel sad for her, other times I feel happy that she was happy at times. But so far it's been more sad, I think, than happy. But it's been very interesting. So I'm gonna have lunch and then I'm gonna listen to my audiobook while I clean up here a little bit because it's really bothering me at the moment. And then I'll keep on reading Kill River 2, which I'm really enjoying. So I'll see you guys later. Hello guys, good day. It has been a couple of days since we last spoke, but I'm glad to report that I did finish Kill River 2 and I had fun with it, but it was a little bit different from book 1. So for the beginning of the book, we are following teenagers as they are having their, teenage problems, relationships, jealousy, who's gonna take me to prom, that kind of stuff. But then it starts to get more and more interesting as we get into the water park. It is a new water park, so everybody in town is really excited about it and everybody goes there to have a good time because people don't exactly know what happened a year and a half ago. The media has kept it a little bit shush, so people are not aware of everything that happened, the massacre that happened in book 1. And so the kids are going there, they're having a good time. Some of them are working as lifeguards at the park, and we follow them as they start to get, again, one night targeted by a serial killer, again wearing the mask from the first book. Is it the same person? Is it not? We don't know. And the first kill, I think it happens around 64% into the book, which is very far ahead. So just putting it out there for people that need kills and deaths right away or something like that to keep it interesting for them. I mean, for me, it doesn't really mind so much. I have to admit that I do like when there is at least 1 or 2 kills early to get you pumped up, get you excited about it. But I didn't mind because I was still enjoying the characters, but they do read very young. because as I've mentioned before, I thought they were going to be like 17 or something, but they're actually 13, 14-year-olds. So the way that they talk, the way that they do things, of course, is a little bit different from what I expected. So I'm also just putting it out there for people that didn't know, like myself, because for some people, I think if a book reads a little bit younger than they expected when it comes to the characters, they might not be as interested. So just putting it out there. And we are ready today to start book 3. Kill River book 3. There we go. And based on the picture, I think it's gonna take place again in the same water park. This water park, what is it gonna take to shut it down? What is it gonna take to get this destroyed? Because book 1 was a water park. It was still not opened. It was kind of like they were getting it together. The second book, the water park is open and everybody's excited. It's a new place to go for, you know, the kids and the families. So by book 3, we should be closing it, right? Like building it, opening it, and book 3 closing it. So we shall see what happens. I am planning to read this book, book 3, as quickly as I can. So I'm gonna try my best to read it in the next 2 days because I want to get this vlog up also as soon as possible. And because this is book 3, I'm again not going to talk too much about what's going on like in detail. Of course, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the writing and the story and the characters without revealing too much, because I still do think that these are great books for summer reads. So if you're still looking for books to read during August, I would still love to recommend you these, but let's see what happens with book 3. However, before I start reading book 3 today, there is something else that I would like to show you. This baby here. This is Drusilla. Welcome her to the family. It's a tiny baby. I know. We just adopted her. And I cannot get any work done. This is too cute. So you'll be seeing her grow in my vlogs and my Instagram. But say hi to this munchkin. The other cats are taking it quite well. Morbius has already accepted her. Logan has his doubts, but it's going quite well. And Lilith, she needs more time, but she also needed time when she met Morby for the first time, when she met Morbius. And she is someone that keeps her distance and occasionally will hiss. But then after a couple of weeks, normally she accepts everybody. So we're just waiting it out. But there's no fights. They're not being mean to her or anything. They're just smelling her, watching her. And Morbius has already accepted her. He doesn't mind. Drusilla always gives head bumps to Morbius and he accepts it and he's fine with it. So I think it's gonna work out and we're really happy because you never know when you bring a new cat into the family. That is also part of the reason why we wanted to have a kitten. She is almost 12 weeks old. We have 3 cats and they are already adult. Logan is the youngest one, but he's 2.5 already. And you know, we have tried in the past to introduce all the cats into the family and it has not worked out. And it is mostly because, you know, cats have a very strong personality, and when they have their own experiences and their own really strong personality, they are very territorial as well. And so it is harder to find cats that match together, that their energies match. And we thought maybe we should try a kitten. We also never had a kitten before and I kind of wanted that experience at least once. So we found this litter that needed to be adopted, and when I saw that face, it was over for me. We went to see her and I knew if I go and I see her, I'm gonna take her home. I'm gonna take her home because that face, there is no way that I go and see that and not take it. So we just introduced her to the family and fingers crossed, but it's going really well. I also would like to apologize if after you guys watch this, you go ahead and adopt another cat. The more the merrier. And now I'm gonna go and start reading book 3 and I'll let you guys know soon what I thought of it. guys, I have finished Kill River 3, and I have the feeling that this vlog, it's all over the place and it's a mess, which kind of mirrors my life at the moment. If it wasn't enough with the extra work and the bathroom renovations and all the chaos that my life is at the moment, we decided to add a new kitten into the mix because why not? But now that you guys have seen that face, tell me you would have had the strength to walk away from it, because I don't see how that's possible. We knew if we would go visit her at the foster family, I knew that we would take her home. Like there was no way we were walking out of it without her. But she's brought a lot of joy, but she's also a handful. And it's so crazy that it's already the end of July. But I'm really glad that I was able to read the 3 books, the 3 Kill River books during the month of July. That was my plan, and I managed to do that. And part of that is also because the books were very entertaining. These are books that I feel like especially are targeted to people that enjoy 80s fun, sometimes cheesy slashers with nice kills. And I think the best part of this trilogy is that all 3 books do kind of, in the majority, take place inside of this water park, but the author manages to make it look different. As I've mentioned before, the first one is when the park is not even open to the public yet, so everything is still kind of in the works, so you get a different feeling. The second book, the park is open to people and the teenagers start to go there and have fun, and you get introduced to a lot of the different rides. And the third book is after the summer is already over, so the park is officially closed to the public, but of course not to a group of friends. Let me talk a bit about the third book, because we have not really talked much about that one because I just binged it in a couple of days. So the third one takes place right after book 2. And in book 2, if you remember guys, I told you that I had to wait until 64% to get like a kill. And in book 3, I think it happened around the 5% mark in the book, like very quickly, which I was really pleased. So we do get already into action fairly quickly. And the third book has been the best, I think, when it comes to the plotting and the narrative, and I thought it was a really great way of maybe ending the trilogy. We don't know if there's going to be more in the future, but we do learn a lot more about the park, the people that have built it, the background of it, the family that owns it, and we also learn a little bit more about the killer. So I feel like it was a great way of rounding up the trilogy for now. I don't know if the author maybe in the future will go back to Kill River, but I thought it was a really good way of ending the trilogy. So in the third book, we have again a group of teenagers that find themselves going to this water park in the middle of the night. The park is supposed to be closed, but they sneak in and they just want to have fun. But then they encounter again a killer, and they have to fight for their lives. And I feel like the third one had a lot more tension build up to it, for being a slasher, which normally is fast, quick kills. But it had a lot of more tension added to the story, and you start to care a lot more about certain characters by book 3. And also I love the way that a lot of the rides and the places were described in book 3. It's almost like you're there. So again, this trilogy is perfect for people that love 80s slashers with teenagers that are being targeted by a masked killer. It was in ways reminiscent of things like Friday the 13th, but almost merged with Texas Chainsaw. So it was a really nice mix of horror. And I really enjoyed the kills as well. But keep in mind that the main characters in this book are teens. The characters are 13, 14, 15, so they are on the lower end of the teens. So just for you to know, in case that you don't enjoy such young characters in your books, it didn't bother me at all. It didn't bother me to learn about their relationships or their fights, their jealousy, because it was part of them, and it's also what helps shape a character at the end of the day. And I also do read a lot of YA books, so it was not a problem for me at all. I also think the third one was probably a little bit more brutal because of the way that the book already kind of starts, which I also enjoyed. I think it was also maybe the longest, but all of 3 books are very bingeable and easy to read. So if you are still looking for books to read this summer, this trilogy would be perfect, especially if you are spending time somewhere where there is a pool and some water parks. It's the best. For me, this has been also my introduction to the author, Cameron Rubrick. I have seen his books all over the place. I remember the covers. I remember the cover of Disco Trap, I believe it's called. So I think I'm gonna pick up other of his books that he has when I just need a nice, quick, fun slasher, because I think he captures really well that kind of, you know, nostalgia, a slasher feeling, and sometimes that's just all you need. If you have read other books by him, let me know down below which one has been your favorite so far. I do hope that you enjoyed this vlog, even though I know it's been a little bit messy and all over the place, but at least you got introduced to Drusilla, which I hope that you enjoyed. She will definitely be featured in all of my vlogs from now on. And I hope that you had fun listening to my thoughts on the books, and I will see you guys as always in my next coffee time. Bye!